In this video, we'll overview how to create a connection artifact. There are two types of connection artifacts: a file connection, which points to a file system location where files for reading and writing will be located, and a database connection artifact that provides the connection information needed to connect to a database or any other data source that uses ODBC compliant connections. To create a file connection, we simply start the wizard, and then we browse out on the file system to the directory where your files will be located. You can create as many file connection artifacts as you need. For example, different artifacts for the files you'll read versus those that you'll write. Once you've entered the file system location, simply give your connection artifact a name and click Finish, and you're done. Now, creating a database connection is just as easy. We'll start the wizard and select from the drop-down listing the database target that we're interested in. Now, these are the supported drivers that are shipped with Expressor. But if you have a database that uses an ODBC compliant driver, you can configure a connection to it too. So we'll select the Oracle Database Management System, and in the next window, we'll enter the connection details: the host name of the computer running the database, in Oracle the name of the service, and then the user credentials. Click Finish, and Expressor actually goes out and confirms that the information you've entered is correct and that it can connect to the database. Give your connection an appropriate name and click Finish, and you are done. Now, once you've created a database connection, you can always check its validity. In the Explorer panel, select your database connection, right-click, and select Open. To test the validity, simply click the Test Connection button. Now, to create a database connection to a database running on a different computer is just as easy. You simply need to know the computer name or IP address. Again, we'll pick the target database system, in this case, SQL Server, and in the next window, we'll enter the connection details. Notice that for the SQL Server database system, you can use either Windows authentication or a username and password credentials. In this case, we're connecting to a distributed system, and we're using username and password credentials. Once we click the next button, Expressor will again confirm that it can connect to the database and allow you to give your connection a distinctive name. Clicking the Finish command button saves your connection to the appropriate library or project. Again, once the connection artifact is created, you can open the artifact and test the validity of the connection.